Alrighty, looks like I'm welcoming you back to part 2 with part number 152655913. I wonder what it is. Oh, I should have said I wonder what it could be. That would have rhymed. Alright. Let's see what we have in here. I have some Escalade keys, so I think I know what this is. If I can get the box open. Aha! You guys know what this is for? I'll give you a hint. Brake caliper bolts right here and right here. That's our affected component. Sorry guys, hitch in the face for the Cadillac. Moving on up. If you guys do not recall the first video on this truck, or if you missed it entirely, the recap is that the left rear driver's side rear brake rotor is rubbing on the caliper. Now the rotor is straight to the axle and the caliper is bolted to the axle housing, and there's an alignment issue there, so the one edge of the rotor is rubbing on the bracket, and folks have had a hard time figuring it out. We put on the alignment machine just to measure the toe angle, the left and right angle of the driver's side rear wheel, and found that it was straight and true. Therefore I hypothesized that the bracket that holds the bracket is where the bend is, and that part will be replaced, and that is exactly what that component over there is for. So that is what we're going to do today on this Cadillac Escalade. Safety. Okay, back inside of the driver's side wheel well. Let's take the brake off and recap real quick before we disassemble this. It's not going to work. Oh no, I don't have space. Now I do. Alright, caliper, you go in there where you're safe. Come out. Really? Force my hand. Okay. Now, let's zoom in for our recapping action. Do we see how the rotor is contacting the caliper right here on that edge? Caliper bracket. This bracket is offset that way ever so slightly, and it's causing that alignment issue. So we've determined it's not the bracket by switching the bracket side to side. We determined it's not the axle by measuring the wheel alignment specs. Therefore, we conclude that the bracket that holds the bracket has a bend. And that's what's being replaced today. The bracket that holds the bracket. Go. Now this will be no easy task because I can't get this bracket here off. Come here. Can't get this guy out because there's an axle flange in the way, so we're gonna have to open up the rear differential, remove the C-clips, pull this axle shaft, and then we can unbolt this bracket that holds this other bracket. All right, we move down towards the differential area. I'm gonna pull this lateral link off so I can get to the bolts that are behind it, and we might drop this sway bar down slightly so I again can get to the bolts behind it, but we'll see. My tool is too big. These guys, these are finger splitter openers. Folks will try to hold these in position and then put torque onto them, and when they tighten up they flip around and chop into your finger. You only do it once, but everyone does it once. All right, we have more clearance here. Let's get in there and pull these other bolts out. Someone's been here before. Can I reach? No, can't reach those ones. Maybe one more. That one. Here, we'll get that one long range. Next. Doo-doo-doo. I heard Eric O from South Main Auto go. He pulled a doo-doo-doo-doo in his shop the other day. I was dying when I saw that. All right, I'm gonna leave the top one threaded in a little bit. That way when I break the seal on this cover, it all doesn't Exxon Valdez out everywhere and lubricate the entire area. Oh, I can't get it. It's gonna be a two-handed operation. One to push and one to twist. There. You know what, I rephrase. I'm gonna throw a couple bolts in here and here. That way it doesn't pop the cover off all at once. Because that top bolt is hard to get, so I'm gonna pull that all the way out. That's better. There it is. All right, using some pry driver action, we're gonna get behind this cover and crack the seal. Oh, that was scary. Uh-oh, got some overflow. It's running down my pry bar. Okay, we're in. While we're here, let's inspect this diff a little bit. We do not see any metal chunks at the bottom of the case. The wear on the gears looks good. That includes the wear up front on the pinion gear. That little one's called the pinion. This is the ring gear, differential case, bearing caps. There's two large bearings, one here, one here. There's the center pin. And let's turn this drive shaft. We've got inside, this is a locking differential. See, when one wheel spins faster than the other, this little spinny, I forget the name of it, counterweight maybe? Well, this device here will throw these counterweights out when they overcome that spring pressure, and it's going to engage the tabs on that center block, which will lock in, and what it does effectively is presses the axles out, pushes them against these clutches right here, and it'll lock up that axle so you can't have one wheel just turning, it'll turn both of them. And you can see this guy is driven off of this big gear over there. In a nutshell, that's how this locking differential works. There we go. Yeah, see how that rotates when there's differential turning? If it goes fast enough, these guys will overcome the spring tension, fling out, and lock onto a tab. Clever, no? But that's not our objective. What we need to do is pull this pin out, rotate this around, and pull the clip out to allow the axle shaft to come out from the other side, because that will give us clearance to replace that bracket. Normally this would be done with a wrench because there's usually not much space here, but I think I can pull this off with a socket. I think. Yep. Oh, these things used to have a habit of breaking off at the head when you went to remove them, and that was always a good time. And I'm gonna have to pull the bearing cap, I think. This is getting interesting now. Oh, no, it can stay. Yeah, look at that. Pin started falling out. Literally. Oh, no, I got it dirty. Got to keep my finger on the gear set in there so the case doesn't rotate around the gears. Otherwise they all fall out. And they are a beast to put back together. Hey, 4 non-blondes again. It's Juan's thing. Alright, take a look right here. I'm going to go push the axle in and it's going to expose the retainer clip, which is right there. Watch this. Did it move? No. You guys see how the C-clip is exposed? Now I just need to fish that out with a magnet and then we can pull the axle out. Notice the different contact points on these C-clips. They have to go in their same orientation. Some of them are kind of flared in their shape, or convex / concave, depending on what side you're looking at, and they require to be orientated in the proper direction. Some of them are just symmetrical and it doesn't matter, but I like to put things back the way that they came apart, mostly. Now let's mini pry bar this guy back out. I think that's as far as I can get it. Okay. What, are you not coming out? I don't think so. A little bit of pry bar from the outside. Alright, axle's out. We'll just set this right over here for later. Alright, now since everything's out of the way, we're going to pull these parking brake shoes off, any other hardware that's behind there, and then we can unbolt this unit and pull it off. $8 mil. Another. I know the 3/8 impact is kind of overkill, but I like overkill. Not lose this. These are the adjusters for the parking brake shoe. Let's see if this little 3/8 can pull these guys out. That's a negative. I bet these are classic GM welded in with yellow Loctite bolts. Orange. Maybe it was yellow in a past life. Okay, not out of the woods yet, because I think there's a parking brake cable back here somewhere. Yeah, that guy. We'll have to maneuver that out as well. Yeah, this should be nice and... Yo! Oh, you're not talking to me. This should be easiest to do, considering that there's no hardware attached. I need some needle nose. I have to overpower the spring, then grab the cable to hold the spring back. Or, ooh, wait. Just take it off right here. Oh. Come out. Well, it's not gonna fit. No, I'm not gonna cut the cable. Come out, it's almost out, guys. I spent a minute messing with it, but I got it unclipped. There. Woohoo! Nice. Alright, while we're waiting for an axle seal to show up, I'm gonna pop this old one out, and then we'll go transfer the parts onto the vacuum plate. Ding. These bearings look good too. No pitting and damage to them. This is good. Okay, back at the bench. That's our bent unit. That's the new one. Actually, we haven't 100% confirmed that that's bent yet, because to the naked eye, I don't think we can actually see a difference in these flanges right here. So we kind of won't know until the end. So don't click away, because I know you need to know. I'm about 97.95% positive that that is in fact the issue. But this has not yet been confirmed. Let's get our rubbers installed. Fail. There. Okay, we are in limbo until that axle seal shows up. Actually, not really. I'm gonna go clean the diff cover. And I'll do that in super high speed, lightning fast motion. Loud noises. Dunzo, nice and shiny-ish. Power up the washer. Clean all this dust and stuff out and old oil. There. Nice and super shiny. That's what we like. Alrighty, I have a pair of rear axle seals. We're going to do this one because it's apart, and then later on I'll do that other side over there. Let's just tappy tap that on in. Beautimous. Okay, some folks don't like to. This is my personal preference. So since I wiped all the oil off those bearings, I'm going to throw a little bit of grease on them just so they're lubricated until the oil from the diff can make its way back down the axle tube. And I'll throw some on the seal too. Probably not totally necessary, but it couldn't hurt. But now, let's go ahead and set the backing plate and the bracket back in. Whoa, flashlight gravity, that was all me. Stay. Put a little bit of Loctite on these, because if I don't, you guys will certainly go ree on me. Actually, it doesn't matter. You're gonna ree because I used blue and not green or red. Click. Okay, so I've got the actuator lever on the cable. Let's get the cable back in. This is the fun part. Just gotta manhandle it. There. They go together easier than they come apart. Strangest thing. All right, I suppose now is as good a time as any for the shaft insertion moment. Feeling for the gears in the differential. There we go. And it's in. Okay, let's get the parking brake hardware back in place. One of the clips, there's the second. And no, I'm not using the impact to put these back on. Click. Click again. All right, now it is shaft insertion time. Taking care to not let this ride on the outer lip. It could tear things. It, she's in. All right, a couple more things to clean up. I'm gonna polish this rust off too, and then we'll get the rotor back on. Okay, we are approaching the moment of truth here. And that moment is going to be, is there going to be clearance at this bracket or not? All right, here comes our bracket and our moment of truth. If I can find the hole. Life's problems. What do you guys think? Is this it? Did we win? Or did my my hypothesis fail us? Okay, take a look. So I've got the rotor held flush with the axle with a pair of the lug nuts. The bracket is torqued, and look at the clearance. Oh, that light's in the way. That's not cool. There. See the clearance here? Clear. And look at the bottom. We clear it. So it's no longer rubbing against this little corner right here and right here. and let's go ahead and turn this just to make sure there's not any kind of weird run out that's causing this. And again, we see it's running straight and true, no clearance problems. Problem has been solved. So I must say this is a very weird repair. I can only speculate to how that bracket got bent. And it was not really easy to figure out. It was, like I said, we had to make a hypothesis, and using process of elimination, I determined that that was the cause. Huge chance it could have been wrong. These things happen. All right, come here, caliper. You're going back on too. All right, guys, so here's the plan. I have one more axle seal and some other work to do on this, including putting the differential cover back on. But for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. If you go down into this video's description or into the comment section, I will have a link that goes to what I will consider to be a bonus video, which is the other axle seal and then finishing up that rear differential. So I hope to see you guys over there on that one. If not, I'll catch you tomorrow. If not, I'll catch you tomorrow. Whoa, camera gravity. You like that? As always, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. I hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, please feel free to communicate that to me effectively by happy tapping that like button down below. That particular and seemingly minute interaction from you, the viewer, is what lets YouTube know that I have done a good job here. And whoa, there it is again. Oh no. I'm not even gonna cut that part out. Nice. And if YouTube thinks that I've done a good job here, it's far more likely to recommend my content to other potential viewers. That's good for me. That's also good for the other viewers. So again, and as always, thank you guys for watching. And most importantly, don't forget to have a great day. See you guys later. Those needle nose vice grips were totally the wrong tool for what I'm trying to do. Silly me. There, click. Double click. See you guys in the next one.